Let's go to Exodus chapter 20, and we're going to read verses 1 through 17. Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. And when you get it, Brother Gordon, go ahead and read.
And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee a graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Now we're going to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and we're going to read verses 13 and 14. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 13 and 14. And when you get it, Brother Gordon, go ahead and read.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Now we're going to go to the last book of the Bible, and we're going to read Revelation 22, and we're going to read verses 14 and 15. Revelation 22, verses 14 and 15. And when you get it, Brother Gordon, go ahead and read.
Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without our dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
And we'd like to thank the Lord for the reading of the commandments. Again, we'd like to welcome everyone here to the Israel of God Bible study class here in Buffalo, New York. I'm Brother Harold, your teacher today. And reading for me is Brother Gordon, also from Buffalo, New York. And it's good to be here on the Lord's Holy Sabbath day.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But today we're going to deal with the controversy over Zion. Zion is in Jerusalem.
Yes, sir.
And you see you watching your TV sets, and you watching all the war that's going on over there. But what we're going to do is show you why this is going on. And it was called even from ancient times. What that was going to be going on today. We're going to find out the players that's involved, which is Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, the true Israelites. Then you had Ishmael, Abraham's oldest son, made Hagar the Egyptian. And he feels it belongs to him because he was the oldest child born. But he wasn't a child over the covenant.
No, sir.
Then you had Esau, which is Jacob's twin brother. He feels because he is the oldest, it belongs to him.
Yes.
But he sold his birthright.
Yes, sir.
And he thinks Jacob stole it from him. This is all the controversy that's going on here. But the Lord is the one that's going to settle it. And that's why we're going to read the book so you'll understand what's going on and how it's going to end.
Yes.
Because you got people that claim they Christians. I seen a Gentile preacher up there talking about, he reading scripture, but he ain't he ain't rightfully dividing the word of truth.
Yes.
So therefore, that's what we are, a Bible study class.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to lay it all out for you
Yes.
today out of the Bible, because we ain't got no schism or anything. We just going to read what the book say,
sir.
and you make the decision from there.
Yes.
Let's go to Genesis chapter 9, and we're going to pick it up after the flood. We're going to pick up Noah and his 3 sons, and this is how the Lord repopulated the earth after the flood. You come out of one of these sons, Ham, Japheth, or Shem.
Yes.
So let's go into Genesis chapter 9. We're going to pick it up at verse 18. And when you get it, Brother Gordon, go ahead and read. We're going to read 18 and 19. Go ahead, Brother Gordon.
And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan.
So Ham is the father of the Canaanites. That's who was in the land before the Lord disinherited them.
Yes.
They were black people. If you watch the history series, Brother Bowie explained that, laid that out. And Ham is the father with the black people, but not the Negro.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So this is, you got to deal with that. And then we're not going to get deep into that today. We're just going to we're going to get down to Abraham. But continue to read. You read 19?
No, right there now.
Go
These
ahead.
are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread.
Now by them was the whole earth overspread. You come out in one of these 3 sons or you don't exist. This is according to the Bible.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to go to Genesis chapter 11, and we're going to pick it up at verse 10 now. We're going to read 10 to 15, then we're going to do some skipping because we're going to get down to Abram, which the God made the covenant with, which his name was changed to Abraham, because he was going to be a father of many nations. Genesis chapter 11, we're going to pick it up at verse 10. Go ahead and read.
These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood.
So Shem is what you get the word Semitic from, because he is the father of the Semitic people.
Yes, sir.
Shem.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read.
And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters.
Go ahead.
And Salah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters.
So what we're doing is running this down, the lineage all the way down to Abraham here. His name was Abram before it was changed to Abraham. But skip down to verse 24 and read that, Gordon.
And Nahor lived 29 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters.
Go ahead.
And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran.
So there's Abram.
Yes.
This is the one that God made the covenant with, and he was called a friend of God because he believed God and it was counted unto him for righteousness.
Yes.
And he said through his seed, all the nations of the earth going to be blessed.
Yes.
That's the lineage that Jesus came
Yes, sir.
and even the children of Israel. But continue to read.
Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah.
So you got Sarai, right?
Yes.
That's before her name was changed to Sarah.
Yes.
But go ahead and read.
But Sarai was barren, she had no child.
So that's a key point. Remember, she couldn't have children at first. She was barren because this is how Ishmael came into play. Later on, we're going to show you that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read.
And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
Now we're going to go right into Genesis chapter 12, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1, because now we're going to look at Abram, before his name was called Abraham,
Yes, sir.
and how the Lord called him out of his father's house. That's what we're going to pick up now. We're going to go to Genesis 12, 1 through 7. Go ahead and read.
Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
Thou shalt be a blessing to what? All the earth.
Yes, sir.
He's going to show you. Go ahead and read.
And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Why? Because this through the lineage that Jesus came through.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
And he was 75 years old when he left his household. Go ahead and read.
And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came.
So they came into the land of Canaan. Now, look, the land of Canaan is huge. It ain't just what you call Israel today. This consists of Israel, Palestine, the West Bank, Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. That's a lot of land.
Yes.
That's what the land of Canaan consists of.
Yes, sir.
That's what the Lord had promised to Abraham and his seed, which is Israel. Israel became the 12 tribes, and those even who join on to Israel, because you're going to tell them that they're going to be spiritual Israel, which we could show you in other lessons. But what verse we at, brother?
Verse 6.
Continue to read.
And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the place of Moriah, and the Canaanite was then in the land.
So the Canaanites was in the land. There were a black people that was in that land first before the Lord disinherited them. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land, and there builded he the altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him.
So he what? He said he's going to give it to who? Abraham.
Yes, sir.
What verse you at, Brother Gordon?
That was it.
Verse 7? Okay, so let's go to Genesis 15. Genesis 15, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Genesis 15 and verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 8. Genesis 15 and 1. Go ahead and read.
After these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus? And Abram said, behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. So
he had no children at this time, and he was an old man at this time. Go ahead and read.
And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, this shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir.
Go ahead.
And he brought him forth abroad and said, look now toward heaven and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, so shall thy seed be.
Remember this guy, when he left his father's house, he was 75 years old already.
Sir,
And the Lord telling him, you're going to have seed greater than the sands of the sea?
Yes.
Man, that had to take some faith to believe that.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness.
And he believed in the Lord, and he counted unto him for what? For righteousness. He believed God. Yes. That's why he is called the father of the faithful. What verse you at, Brother Gordon?
Verse 7.
Go ahead.
And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of the land of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said, Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it?
Now skip down to verse 18 and read it.
And the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates.
And I just read to you all the nations that consist of. That's a lot of land.
Yes, sir.
But he said he going to give it to Abram and his seed. But now let's go to Genesis 16, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Genesis 16, and we're going to read verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 12. Genesis 16 and verse 1. Go ahead and read.
Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar.
And now Hagar was an Egyptian woman.
Yes, sir.
Now, she had no children. But let's see what happened. This is how Ishmael came into play. He is the progenitor of the father of the Arabs today. Go ahead and read.
And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband, Abram, to be his wife.
Go ahead.
And he went unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
Because she had children and the other one didn't.
Yes, sir.
So now there was a problem. Go ahead and read.
And Sarai said unto Abram, My wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid unto thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judged between me and thee. But Abram said unto Sarai, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. And when Sarai dwelt hardly with her, she fled from her face.
Go ahead.
And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur.
Go ahead.
And he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai.
So she says she fled. She treated me bad now. I fled from her. But go ahead and read.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Return to thy mistress, and submit thyself unto her hand. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude.
So you're gonna have a great multitude of people. But go ahead and read.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction.
Now listen to the characteristics of how they're going to describe Israel. This is the Bible describing him. And he is the father of the Arabs, people.
Yes.
He's the progenitor of the Arabs.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And he will be a wild man.
And he going to be what?
A wild man.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
He going to be a wild man and what?
His hand will be against every man.
His hand going to be against every man.
And every man's hand against him.
And
he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren.
And he going to dwell in the presence of all his brothers. He going to be a wild man.
Yes.
Man, they sure fit them characteristics.
Yes, sir.
They fight each other.
Yes.
And they got a religion that they deal with what they call what? Islam.
Yes.
But he wasn't the child of the covenant.
Yeah.
He was Abraham's oldest son by Hagar, the Egyptian, a handmaid.
Yes, sir.
Now let's go into Genesis chapter. Oh, we got to skip. Verse 15.
Yeah.
That's right, Gordon.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're going to skip down to 15.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hagar bare Abram a son, and Abram called his son's name, which Hagar bare, Ishmael. And Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bare Ishmael to Abram.
So he was what? 86 years old when he had Ishmael. Now we're going to go to Genesis 17, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Genesis 17 and verse 1. Go ahead and read, Brother Gordon.
And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect.
And he said, walk before me and be thou perfect. But if you couldn't do that, the Lord wouldn't have asked something like that,
yes,
right?
Yes, right.
So you can keep them commandments,
yes,
but
sir.
in the sight of the Lord, you will be perfect.
Yes.
If you do the best you can. Because that's what Abraham did. He believed God and it was counted unto him for what? Righteousness. Go ahead and read.
And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations.
And you're going to be a father of what? Many nations. Go ahead.
Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee.
And he says you're going to be a father of many nations, and that's why your name going to be called Abraham, because Ham means many.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee, in their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee.
Go ahead.
And I will give thee, and to thy seed after thee, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God.
He said, then I'm going to be what? I'm going to give thee unto thee a seed after thee, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for what? An everlasting possession. Now the Lord made this covenant with Abraham and his seed. Skip down to verse 15 and read.
And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be.
So he changed her name to what? Sarah.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her.
Remember, she was barren.
Yes.
That's why she gave Abraham over to Hagar, the Egyptian, thinking she wasn't going to have no children.
Yes, sir.
But now the Lord is telling her that she's going to have a child, and she's very old at this time.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read it.
Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old, bear?
So she was 90 years old when she conceived.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that something?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead.
And Abraham said unto God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
He was hoping it was going to go to Ishmael because he was the oldest.
Yes, sir.
And this is why these people go in here and try to read this. And then they talk about the Bible was tampered with. No, your understanding is tampered with.
Yes, sir.
God called it the way he called it, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And you have to accept it if you're going to be a believer in God.
Yes.
That's why they come up with their own book called the Quran.
Yes.
They saying the Bible was tampered with. They filled in the blanks. Because they talk a lot about the covenant.
Yes.
They talk about Jesus, but they don't believe Jesus was God.
No, people. Sir.
And they talk about the people of God, which is talking about Israel.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 19. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. So Isaac
also means he laughed.
Yes.
Because that's what the Lord gave the characteristics of that name.
Yes, sir.
Because they laughed when the Lord said that to them, at being that they was that old.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation.
Ain't that similar?
Yes.
12 princes gonna come out of him.
Yes.
But it ain't the 12 tribes of Israel.
No, sir.
It ain't the covenant that's not made with him.
No, sir.
Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
But my covenant,
I'm gonna make it with who?
Isaac.
I'm gonna make it with Isaac. He didn't make it with Ishmael, people. This is why all this stuff is going on today. That's one of the reasons.
Yes,
that's one of the players.
Yes.
Ishmael.
Yes, sir.
Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Israel had 12 sons, and all the descendants are the 12 tribes of Israel. Yes. That's who the covenant that God made with Abraham with.
Yes, sir.
Because they came through that lineage.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at the set time next year.
At the set time next year. Let's go to Genesis 21 now. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. See, all people got to do is read the book. They ain't got to get up there and make a fool out of yourself with somebody actually read it, then present it to you, then you go, you stutter. All you got to do is read the Bible.
Yes.
Read the book. Genesis chapter 21. We're going to pick up at verse 1. Genesis chapter 21, verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 5. Because people like to say, oh, the Bible don't mean nothing. But why is they fighting over there, over this land?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the headquarters where Jesus is going to rule the whole earth from,
sir.
people. Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
Satan done put in this man's mind that he going to take it for himself, for his possession. Skip God.
Yes, sir.
Genesis 21, we're going to pick up at verse 1. Go ahead.
And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken.
Uh-huh.
For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him.
Uh-huh.
And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac.
Isaac. Go ahead and read.
And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him.
Uh-huh.
And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him.
He said Abraham was what? 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. You finished 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Genesis 26, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1 now. Genesis 26 and verse 1. Now we're going to see the covenant being passed from to Isaac, right?
Yeah.
Genesis 26 and verse 1. 26 and verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 5. We're going to see from Abraham to Isaac now, the covenant being passed from Abraham to Isaac.
Yeah.
Verse 1, what it say?
And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of.
Go ahead.
Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham, thy father.
Go ahead.
And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
Now, why is this covenant being passed to Isaac? We're going to see why.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it.
Because Abraham obeyed my voice,
He obeyed my voice
and kept my charge,
and kept my charge,
my commandments,
my commandments,
my statutes,
my statutes,
and my laws.
and my laws. And now you ain't got to, if you're going to follow the father of the faithful,
Yes.
you got to do the same thing he did.
Yes, sir.
How in these last days, you ain't got to keep the law.
You got to keep it.
And Abraham kept it. That don't make sense, do it?
No.
But that's why this man's mind is so twisted. Because he don't want to obey God. So he want to do his own thing. Everybody want to do their own thing. But there's consequences for doing your own thing.
Yes, sir.
Because this is God's creation and not ours.
Yes.
We are the created and we are not the creator.
Yes, sir.
So we have to follow what he's saying,
Yes.
or there's going to be some problems.
Yes.
And you see all the problems in the earth today, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Death and destruction. People just get crazy, man. Just start shooting people,
Yes.
running over people. It don't make no difference. Every way conceivable they can kill, they finding ways to kill. Because man don't listen. Let's go back to Genesis 25, and we're going to pick it up at verse 19. Genesis 25, and we're going to pick it up at verse 19. We're going to flip back to Genesis 25 and verse 19. And by the way, when Abraham was called,
Yes.
it was about 2091 BC. That's the approximate time they get. Some say 2100.
Yeah.
Look how this going back that far, and look, we in these last days, and look what's going on. That's why the Lord said he called things at ancient times the things that are not yet done. And people don't want to believe this by it. They let somebody trip them up. Somebody put on something on Facebook,
Yes.
and everybody following it. All you have to do is read the book.
Yes.
Read the Bible, people. That's why there's a big assault on the Bible, because people can't stand the word of God. They don't want God's word to go forth because they've been deceived by Satan.
Yes.
You got to hang on, or else you're going to be deceived,
Yes,
people,
sir.
in these last days. They're coming out with anything now. Anything to try to contradict the Bible.
Yes.
And it's playing out right before your eyes. And these people can't help themselves. If the Lord didn't stop with them 4 angels holding back them nations, man would already be fighting right now. But he holding them back because it's going to be for the time when the Lord say, loose them 4 angels.
Yes.
And they're going to get ready down for the Armageddon people. But the Lord is the one that's holding back this thing. So people can get themselves right so they won't be destroyed at that point in time. The day of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Now, where we at? Genesis 25, we're going to pick it up at verse 19. Go ahead and read.
And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian.
Now we getting ready to pick up Jacob and Esau now.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
So she conceived, and in her womb she had twins,
Yes,
people.
sir.
Let's go. These are fraternal twins. Go ahead and read.
And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Now they was fighting in the womb, struggling in the womb. And she said, why is this happening? And she inquired of the Lord.
Yes,
and
sir.
the Lord gave her an answer.
Yes,
Go ahead and read.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations are in your womb. Go ahead and read.
And 2 manner of people
2 manner of people.
shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
Now the Lord called this. She inquired of the Lord, and the Lord gave her an answer. And it said, what? The elder shall serve the younger.
Yes.
The Lord called this.
Yes, sir.
Not Brother Hare or
That's
Brother
right.
Gordon.
No.
The Lord called this. Go ahead and read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Go ahead.
And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. He was the oldest.
Yeah.
Esau is not a Gentile.
No,
Esau is Semitic.
Yes.
Because they came out of the lineage of Abraham.
Yes,
and Abraham was first called a Hebrew.
Yeah.
You can go read that in Genesis 14 and 13. Yeah. He was called a Hebrew. And those who came out of him are Hebrews also.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
So he was what? 80 years old when he bare. He was 60. Now, where we at, Brother Gordon? Skip down to verse 29. Now we're going to see this take place. Now, Esau going to sell his birthright.
Yes.
He going to sell it. Nobody stole it from him. He going to actually sell it. Genesis 25 and 29. What it say?
And Jacob sighed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Edom means red, people. So that's one of his names is called, Esau's name is called Edom, which means red.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
So he said, man, I ain't found no food. Man, I'm about to die.
Yes.
What did the Lord, go ahead.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
He said, man, I'm at the point to die. This birthright don't mean nothing to me. Go ahead and read.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. But remember, the Lord called it in the womb, didn't
Yes, sir.
He called it in the womb. Yes. This is how it took place.
Yes.
This is how it was transferred to Jacob.
Yes.
Because the Lord had called it in the womb. Go ahead and read.
Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Thus Esau despised his birthright, because he sold it for what? A morsel of bread. For some physical thing.
Yeah.
Let's go on. Let's go to Genesis 28, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Genesis 28 and verse 1. We're not going to get into the other part where his mother had him disguise himself when the birth rate was. You can read that on your own.
Yes.
But let's go to Genesis 28. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. And we're going to read 1 to 4. Then we're going to skip. Go ahead and read.
And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padanaram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. And God Almighty bless thee, and make thee fruitful, and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people.
Now the blessing is being passed to Jacob now. Go ahead and read.
And give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which God gave unto Abraham.
Now see, the blessing was passed down to Jacob.
Yes.
Because the Lord had called this thing in the womb. Skip down to verse 10.
We got 5, brother.
You said Genesis 20,
right.
1 through 4. Okay. Skip down to verse 10.
And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took off the stones of that place and put them for his pillows and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set upon all the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it.
Oh, y'all heard of Jacob's ladder, right?
Yes, yes.
Go ahead and read.
And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord, God of Abraham thy father, and the God of Isaac. The land wherein thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed.
Hey, he's going to give it to what? To thy seed. Now let's see when he's going to adopt Jacob and change his name to Israel. Genesis 35, we're going to pick it up at verse 9. Genesis 35 and verse 9. You see how we just walked this thing down?
Yes.
No opinion, no innuendos, no ha-ha.
Yeah.
We just read the book, didn't we?
Yeah.
Genesis 35, we're going to pick it up at verse 9. And nobody explained the Greek or anything like that, right?
Yes.
This word don't mean this and all that type of stuff. We just reading the Bible, ain't we?
Yes.
Genesis 35, we're going to pick it up at verse 9. Genesis 35 and 9. 9 to 13. What it say?
And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padanaram and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
So when you change somebody's name, you give them what? Your name.
Yes.
That's one of God's names, Israel.
Yes, sir.
Power with God and man. Notice them 10 commandments is similar, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Because Israel got a constitution. I'm going to say that.
Yes.
Israel got a constitution. 10 points.
Yeah.
How to serve God, the first 4, and the 6 on how to deal with your fellow man.
Yes, sir.
Because Jacob had 12 sons, and they are the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead and read.
Verse 11. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him.
And God went up there from the place where he talked with him. Now, Israel became a great nation. They went into Egypt. The Lord delivered them. Then before the Lord let them even come into the land, he said, look, if you keep my commandments, I'm going to bless you. Yeah. But if you break them, you're going to get all these curses. We ain't going to read all that, because if you dealt with the Black History series, you should go back and check all that out. Yeah. We're going to go to the part where Israel became a nation, and after the death of Solomon, the nation was split, and then they kept messing up. You had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Yes.
Then you had the other ones called the tribes of Israel. Israel was the northern kingdom. Judah was the southern kingdom. And now we're going to see them taken out by the Assyrians, which was about 720 BC. We're going to see them taken out by the Assyrians. 2 Kings 17. 2 Kings 17. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Because we can't go through everything. Y'all be here till tomorrow.
Yes.
And some of us can't sit here for a few minutes. But you can sit through that 3-hour movie and tell everybody what happened. Every detail. But when we read the Bible, it's a problem. But 2 Kings 17, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. 1 through 8. What does it say?
In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Eli, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years.
Uh-huh.
And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the king of Israel that were before him.
Uh-huh.
Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents.
Uh-huh.
And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison.
Go ahead.
Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, and went up to Samaria, and besieged it 3 years.
Because that was Samaria was the capital of the northern
Yes,
kingdom.
sir.
Go ahead and read.
In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria, and placed him in Hala and in Habor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes.
So in the city of the Medes, the true Israelites was taken out of the northern kingdom, and they put in strangers.
Yes, sir.
That's why they didn't deal with the people of Samaria, the Israelites that was left, or Judah. Go ahead and read.
For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and the kings of Israel, which they had made.
So they started dealing with the gods of the Canaanites, which they was cast out before Israel became in the land.
Yes, sir.
So the Lord said, look, he cast them out by the Assyrians. He took out the northern kingdom, which are the 9 tribes. Skip down to verse 18 and read.
Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only.
But we know Benjamin was along with them, and the Levites came back also. But skip down to verse 20 and read.
And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, and delivered them into the hand of spoilers, until he had cast them out of his sight.
And what do you mean by casting them out of his sight? You go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. He said his eyes and ears is always toward this land.
Yes.
So that's what he mean by casting them out of his sight. You can read that on your own. But let's go to Jeremiah 39 now. We're going to see Judah being taken out now. The last king of Israel was who? Hezekiah.
Yes.
The last king of Judah. Jeremiah 39, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Jeremiah 39 and 1. We're going to look at Zedekiah now. 1 through 9 we're going to read. Jeremiah 39, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead, Brother Gordon. Go ahead and read it.
In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his army against Jerusalem, and they besieged it. And in the 11th year of Zedekiah, in the 4th month, the 9th day of the month, the city was broken up. And all the princes of the king of Babylon came in and sat in the middle gate, even Negal-Shalazar, Sam Gadabor, Sarsajum, Rab, Cyrus, with all the residue of the princes of the king of Babylon.
So Roy just said skip it. I'm going to just read down. But go ahead and read. Keep reading.
And it came to pass that when Zedekiah the king of Judah saw them and all the men of war, then they fled and went forth out of the city by night, by the way of the king's garden, by the gate betwixt the 2 walls, and he went out the way of the plain. But the Chaldeans' army pursued after them and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho. And when they had taken him, they brought him up to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to Riblah in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon him.
So Zedekiah was the king, the last king of Judah. But continue to read.
Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes. Also the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah. Moreover, he put out Zedekiah's eyes and bound him with chains to carry him to Babylon.
Ain't that something? The last thing that Zedekiah seen was his children, his relatives getting killed, his children, and then the Lord put out his eyes. He blinded him. That's had to be something. Maybe.
Yes, it is.
The last thing you remember with your sight. But go ahead and read.
And the Chaldeans burned the king's house and the houses of the people with fire and break down the walls of Jerusalem.
And they tore down that temple that was built by Solomon.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, the captain of the guard, carried away captive into Babylon the remnant of the people that remained in the city, and those that fell away, that fell to him with the rest of the people that remained.
Ain't that something? Now, this was about 606 BC, people, when this took place. So Judah was taken out. The Lord allowed Ezra and Nehemiah to come back to build the temple later. And that's the one when Jesus was around. But that's the last king of Judah that Israel ever had. And they went into captivity, and then somebody else had something on their mind. But let's see, the Lord called this thing, even when they was in the wilderness, people.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Deuteronomy 30. Deuteronomy 30, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1.
Brother Hill.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ezekiel 39, verse 23. Thanks, Gordon. I'm skipping. We're going to see why they went into captivity. That's why I'm glad I gave Gordon my notes, because I'm skipping. I don't want to skip this. Ezekiel 39, and we're going to pick it up at verse 23. Good catch, Gordon.
No worries.
Ezekiel 39, and we're going to pick it up at verse 23. Now we're going to see why Israel went into captivity. Not blaming nobody else.
No, sir.
This is what the Lord said. Ezekiel 39, verse 23. What it say?
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
You know what? The heathen, the nations shall know that what? Israel went into captivity because of what?
Their iniquity.
Their iniquity. Read it one more time, Gordon.
And the heathen shall know
like to blame everybody else but
us.
Yeah.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me.
Now, the me is the Lord.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword.
So fell they all by the sword. And then now in these last days, you're going to do the same thing that your forefathers did, and you think it's going to be any different?
No, sir.
That's why you got to read the Bible. This is for our learning, that we don't make the same errors that our forefathers made. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30 now. Let's see what the Lord said. Because he called the end from the beginning. Deuteronomy 30, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1. What do it say?
And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Where he hath what? Driven thee. So you here in America, you didn't come by way of migration.
No.
You came by another people, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul. That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations.
And who's going to return? The Lord is going to return.
Yes.
And gather thee
from all the nations.
Started at verse 3 again.
That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God has scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers.
And he gonna multiply you above your fathers. Go ahead.
And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
Ain't that something?
Yes.
Now, remember, it's 12 tribes of Israel,
Yes.
not just one tribe. Like these people that call themselves Jews today, they only call themselves Jews, right? We saw a northern kingdom. We saw what? A southern kingdom when it was split, didn't we?
Yes.
We saw the two kingdoms taken out. But now we said, the Lord said he going to gather them all. He going to return and gather, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's see the conditions that it's supposed to be when Israel returned. Did this take place in 1947 or 48, wherever they supposed to have came back?
Yes.
We're going to play the process of elimination now.
Yes.
With the Bible. We ain't hating on nobody.
No, sir.
We just doing the process of elimination. We're going to roll with the Bible. And let's see what it's supposed to be when the Lord return his people back. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah 14. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. Because he said he going to gather Israel.
Yes,
Didn't he
sir.
say that?
Yes, sir.
Isaiah 14, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. 1 to 3. What does it say, Brother Gord?
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
He going to set them where? In their own land. Remember, they were scattered, wasn't
Yes, sir.
it? Go ahead and read.
And the stranger shall be joined with them. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Because it's like the old days.
Yes.
When Israel came out of Egypt, there was what? Strangers among them.
Yes,
it was
sir.
a mixed multitude.
Yes.
The Lord ain't doing nothing different than he did in old. You want to find out what he did before?
Yeah.
That's how you going to know what he going to do in the future.
Yes, sir.
He don't change. He is God and he don't change.
No, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
But you ain't going to rule like they ruled over you.
No.
Because the Lord is going to be there.
Yes, sir.
He going to show you. You go and read in the old book how you supposed to be. You're supposed to take care of the stranger
Yes,
and
sir.
all that. And the father and the widowless. Verse 3, what it say?
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
Skip down to verse 7. Let's see what's supposed to happen.
The whole earth is at rest.
The whole earth going to be what?
At rest.
When Israel returned?
Yes, sir.
Wait, 1948? Did that happen?
No.
We're just using the process of
Yeah.
elimination now.
Yes.
That didn't happen,
No,
did it?
no.
The whole earth ain't at rest, is it?
No.
It's actually war right now,
Yes,
ain't
sir.
it?
The whole
Go ahead, pick it up again.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
The whole earth is supposed to break forth and sing, and that's supposed to happen. If the people that claim to be the people,
Yes.
the whole earth's supposed to be at rest. The whole earth's supposed to be singing with joy, but it's supposed to be peace, don't it,
Yes, sir.
Brother Gordon?
Yes.
That's why when you read the Bible, that's why people got a problem with the Bible. It don't fit.
No.
Let's go on. What verse we at now, Brother Gordon? We're going to go to Jeremiah 23.
Yes.
Jeremiah 23, and we're going to pick it up at verse 3. Jeremiah 23 and verse 3. Jeremiah 23, and we're going to pick it up at verse 3. We're going to read 3 to 8. What do it say, Brother Gordon?
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their fold. And they shall be fruitful and increase.
Go ahead.
And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them,
Uh-huh.
and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise up David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved.
In his days, what? Judah gonna be saved. Go ahead.
And Israel shall dwell safely.
Is Israel dwelling safely?
No.
Something is wrong, ain't it?
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And this is the name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord,
Go ahead.
that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of what? The north country. Go
And
ahead.
from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
And they gonna dwell in their own land. They ain't even gonna talk about Egypt no more.
No, sir.
Because the Lord is gonna actually be there at that time. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 11. Let's pick it up at verse 1. See, that's what you like about God's word. You can actually prove it.
Yes.
Because these conditions got to be taking place if the people that claim themselves to be the people who they are.
Yes, sir.
These things are supposed to be going on. Otherwise, the Bible is wrong.
Yes.
But we know the Bible is right. Isaiah 11, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 12. What it say?
And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
So now the Lord is the one that's going to be, this is tough speaking, that's speaking of Jesus.
Yes, sir.
So if the people that claim, we know they're the sons and daughters of Esau, they came back in 1948, then Jesus should be here.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reign.
Now this is what you can prove if the people are back.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb.
Now do the wolf dwell with the lamb today?
No.
The wolf trying to eat the lamb,
Yes.
ain't it?
Yes.
So this is proof that whatever is going on, it don't fit.
No, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them.
Yeah. Do children lead lions?
No.
In fact, not too long ago, they put on the news how this instructor, he playing with the lion, and he was instructing this lion. That lion ate him up.
Yes.
Broke all his bones and everything. And people was too scared to go get him. And he was an instructor. So this is how you prove whether the Bible is true or not.
Yes.
That ain't taking place.
No, sir.
And he was a grown man, not unless a child. Go ahead and read.
And the cow and the bear shall feed.
The
young ones shall lie down together. And the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
And the lion shall eat straw like the ox. What did Brother Bowie always do every year? That little saying?
Yeah.
Go to the zoo.
Yeah.
Get your T-bone steak.
Take some hay.
Get your straw.
Yeah. Straw. Yeah.
Throw the T-bone steak in there. If you go for the T-bone steak, Israel ain't back. But if you go for the straw, then what? Israel is back.
Yes, sir.
This isn't taking place.
Yes.
Continue to read.
Verse 8.
And
the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
Now you know that ain't true. Because the whole world getting ready to keep Easter instead of the Passover.
Yes, sir.
So you know the world ain't. I'm stuttering.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Read.
And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
which shall stand for an ensign of the people.
Uh-huh.
To which shall the Gentiles seek,
Mm-hmm.
and his rest shall be glorious.
There go that rest again.
Yes.
When Israel is back and the Lord is there, the whole earth is going to be at rest and break forth what? Into singing.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people,
Uh-huh.
which shall be left from Assyria.
From Assyria, then the Assyrians took them out first?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And from Egypt,
Uh-huh.
and from Pathros,
Uh-huh.
and from Cush,
Uh-huh.
and from Elam, and from Shinar,
Uh-huh.
and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
He finally got to the United States, because the United States ain't nothing but an island of the sea, North America.
Yes.
America. The Americas. Verse 12, what it say?
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations,
Mm-hmm.
and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
From the four corners of the earth. That has not taken place yet.
No, sir.
So therefore, we have to wait, though.
Yes, we do.
Now let's go to Zechariah chapter 8. This is some more proof. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 8, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Zechariah chapter 8, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. And you notice, because people talk about identity theft, right? They steal your information. It started way before computers. Esau stole your identity in 70 AD. That's ancient times. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
And the whole world is thinking these people are the people of God, and nobody's reading the book.
Yes.
Zechariah chapter 8, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. What it say?
Again, the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord, I am returning to Zion.
Wait, he said, I am returned unto Zion. This the Lord himself saying this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem.
He said, I'm going to dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth.
Then when I'm sitting there, this will be called what? A city of truth. Go ahead and read.
And the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. Now,
it's old men and old women peacefully dwelling in Jerusalem today?
No.
And the Lord ain't there, right?
Yes, yes.
So we doing the process of elimination. It don't fit.
No, sir.
Verse 5.
And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof.
And they gonna be playing in the streets thereof. Boys and young girls playing in the street. They ain't gonna have to worry about bombs going off.
No, sir.
Rockets being shot. Everything because the Lord is gonna be there. Go ahead and read.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Mm-hmm.
if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people in these days.
Man, it's gonna be marvelous in our eyes.
Yes.
I'm 61 years old, and every time I can remember, they always was talking, all the great people of our government's been trying to make peace there since I've been a kid.
Yes.
And some people older than me, y'all know even further.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That it's going to be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people, because it ain't never been.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Should it also be marvelous in mine eyes?
It's going to be marvelous in the Lord's eyes.
Yes. Saith the Lord of hosts.
Said the Lord of hosts. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country.
From the east country and from what? The west country. We in the west.
Yes.
We waiting for our deliverance.
Yes, sir.
It ain't just physical Israel. Those who join on spiritual too.
Yes, sir.
Because this is rough here.
Yeah.
All you hear is death and destruction, people. Everybody have to get themselves right.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a problem in the great tribulation and in the day of the Lord. Verse 8, go ahead.
And I will bring them and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness.
Skip down to verse 13 and read.
And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen,
As you were what? A curse among the heathen. Go ahead.
O house of Judah
Mm-hmm.
and house of Israel,
Uh-huh.
so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
As people didn't, every time you moved in, everybody moved out. It's going to be a different story
Yes.
now. Go ahead and read.
For thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Uh-huh.
as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith the Lord of hosts, and I repented not.
Mm-hmm.
So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not.
Go ahead.
These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates.
Man, that's going to be hard for Israel
Yeah.
because we love to lie. Go ahead and read.
And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor.
Wait a minute. You ain't going to have no evil towards your neighbor?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead.
And love no false oath.
Uh-huh.
For all these are things that I hate, saith the Lord.
All these things do the Lord hate. This is what got you into captivity. Skip down to verse 20 and read.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities.
Mm-hmm.
And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord and to seek the Lord of hosts. I will go also.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, many people in strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Lord.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you.
Wait a minute. All nations
Yes.
shall grab hold of, he used the term Jew, but it's Israelite.
Yes, sir.
Everybody going to want to come before you because the Lord is the one going to be there. And they're going to think God is with you.
Yeah.
Now, let's go in Matthew 24. We're going to see how this is going to take place.
Yes.
We're going to see how the Lord called it. Now we're going to see how the Lord going to execute this thing. And these are the last few scriptures. Then we're going to show you how the Lord going to execute this. Matthew 24, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Matthew 24 and verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 8 and then we're going to skip. Matthew 24, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead and read, Brother Gordon.
And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
And you look over there now, the temple is not there.
No.
They talking about building this third temple, ain't they?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
He said, what's these things be? What should be the sign of your coming and the end of the world? First thing Jesus said, what it said?
And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no man deceive you. Go ahead.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Ain't that going on now?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. So don't worry about what all these conflicts that's going on. We're going to show you what to look for. Go ahead and read.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places.
Ain't it earthquakes in diverse places?
Yes, sir.
Famines,
Yes.
pestilence, disease. We just came out of that thing called COVID-19,
Yes.
didn't we?
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be even more plagues.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
All these are the beginning of sorrow.
All these are what? Just the beginning of sorrow. You can't handle this, you have a problem
Yes,
later
sir.
on. Skip down to verse 12 and read.
And because iniquity shall abound, The love of many shall wax cold.
Ain't that what's going on?
Yes, sir.
People just killing, robbing. The other day here in this area, they had some guy just beat the woman in the head with a butt of the gun and took her purse. Right on video.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
That's who endure to the end, the same going to be saved. Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So the Lord is fair. He going to warn you.
Yes.
If you don't get your house in order, you going to die.
Yes.
And he warning people every day. You got to keep the commandments of God. But you got these people that saying you ain't got to keep.
Yes,
so
sir.
who you going to listen to? Yeah. I'm going to listen to Jesus. He
Yes,
said,
sir.
he said, many going to say, come in my name saying I am Christ and deceive many.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 15. When ye therefore shall see of the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Because they're going to build a temple over there. Them people that's the sons of Esau going to build a temple over there. And they're going to start animal sacrifices because they're getting all this stuff together to do this thing.
Yes.
And this guy going to leave from where he at, what they call the holiest man on earth.
Yeah.
He going to leave that place and go there. And they're going to place the abomination which maketh desolate.
Yes.
And he going to stop the sacrifices. And people going to say, see, God is back.
Yes.
He emulate Jesus.
Yes, sir.
What happened when Jesus died on the cross? The veil of the temple ripped, didn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
Satan is an imitator.
Yes, sir.
He emulates the Lord. Go ahead and read.
Verse 16.
Then
let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
So if you in Jerusalem at that time, you better flee. Skip down to verse 21. Why?
For there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Why no flesh gonna be saved? Because everybody got nuclear weapons now. All these nations got nuclear weapons. They claim they jumped on this certain nation because of what? They were scared that they was gonna get nuclear weapons.
Yes.
Because if nations start pushing buttons, nobody would be saved.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
He said, they shall deceive the very elect. Because people always looking for signs and wonders, ain't they?
Yes, sir.
He going to give you every sign and wonder you want to see.
Yes.
But he going to tell you to worship another God.
Yes, sir.
Which is he going to say he is God. Yeah. Skip down to verse 27. Let's see how Jesus is going to show up. Go ahead.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So Jesus ain't going to sneak up on the earth.
No.
Everybody going to know he coming back.
Yes.
Everybody, every eye going to see him.
Yes, sir.
They're going to look upon whom they have pierced, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Y'all know what a carcass is? That's a dead body.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because all these beasts going to have to come and eat these bodies up because they ain't going to have enough people to bury them.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened.
Immediately where? After the tribulation of those days. Because people, this lady, I was just looking at this lady the other day. She talking about they ain't going to get raptured off before the great tribulation. He said immediately after the tribulation of those days, what's going to be happening?
The sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Now, out of the process of elimination, was there a great trumpet blown in 1948? Did the heavens roll back like a scroll? Did all of the tribes of the earth mourn? Then we still waiting for the Lord, ain't we?
Yes.
And we still have this controversy over Jerusalem. This is how you prove things. Critical thinking. Reading this book with critical thinking. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. 1 Thessalonians 4. Because if the true people was back, then I should see David.
Yes.
I should see Abraham. I should see Elijah. Because didn't the Lord show them, when he showed them the kingdom of the earth?
Yes.
I should see all these people.
Yes, sir.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4. We're going to pick it up at verse 13. What does it say?
But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Now, asleep means what? Dead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God. And the dead in Christ shall rise first.
Wait, that same trumpet. The dead got to rise and Christ got to rise first.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Now let's go to Zechariah 14. Because the saints got to be around if the people are back. Because he said he's going to gather them after the great tribulation, right?
Yes, sir.
Zechariah 14, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Zechariah 14 and verse 1. I mean, this is simple old Sesame Street stuff. Something don't belong here.
No, sir.
Right?
Yes.
It don't fit. If it don't fit, then we got to change the way we think. Just obey the Bible. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Zechariah 14, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. What does it say?
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished.
Yes.
And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle.
Go ahead.
And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west.
Go ahead.
And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall be moved toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Exile. Yea, you shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake of the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Lord my God shall come, and all the saints with thee.
And all the saints with them. Skip down to verse 9 and read.
And the Lord shall be king over all the earth.
The Lord going to be king over what? All the earth. Is the Lord the king over all the earth? Is the whole earth breaking forth into singing?
No.
Then we still waiting, ain't we?
Yes, sir.
And they still going to be fighting over the land.
Yes. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one.
Now let's go into Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. We're getting close to the end. Joel chapter 3. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Joel chapter 3. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. We're going to read 1 to 6, and then we're going to skip. Joel chapter 3. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead and read.
For behold, in those days, and again in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel.
So the Lord had to what? Gather all the people to the valley of Jehoshaphat. This is Armageddon, people. Go ahead and read.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And we saw they parted the land because we read that what? the land of Canaan consists of all these different nations, right?
Yes, sir.
Israel, Palestine, the West Bank, Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan. It's all parted up.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And they have cast lots for my people.
Uh-huh.
And have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
That they might drink. Who is that happen to? No other than the true Israelites.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Yea, and what have ye done to me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense?
Don't they call it Palestine now?
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Even if you try to pay me back, I'm going to turn it on your own head. Go ahead and read.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
They got all kinds of pagan temples over there in Jerusalem today, right?
Yeah.
They got the church where the Catholics dwell. They got the church where the Muslims at. They got the church where the Edomites dwells. They call them synagogues. All these different places are there in the land. Go ahead.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders.
That you might remove them far from their borders. America is way away from Jerusalem,
Yes.
ain't it? Skip down to verse 9 and read.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Proclaim these among the what? The
Gentiles.
Gentiles. They're the sons of Japheth.
Yes.
Proclaim this among the Gentiles. Go ahead.
Prepare war.
Prepare for war.
Wake up the mighty men.
Lake up these mighty men. Go ahead.
Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Let them come up. This is interesting. This is why the next verse going to see why they cutting your social programs. Go ahead and read.
Beat your plowshares into swords.
Beat your plowshares into swords.
And your pruning hooks into spears.
Because these weapons cost money, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Them rockets and things they shooting off cost billions of dollars.
Yes.
People. How they going to pay for that? By cutting you and I
Yes.
benefits.
Yes.
This is the book.
Yes.
You can believe it all you want. It's the way it is.
Yes, sir.
These people can't help themselves because they got to do the Lord's will.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Ain't that something?
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Let the weak say, the weak nation saying they strong.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Assemble yourselves
Assemble yourselves.
and come.
And come.
All ye heathen.
All ye nations. That's what heathen means.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Cut to the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's Armageddon.
Yes.
Go ahead.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Because he's going to take down these nations. That's why they are preparing for war. They cutting all their social programs. They building all kinds of weapons of mass, all kinds of weapons, because they're going to go down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. The Lord said if he didn't stop it, no flesh would be saved.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
And the wickedness is great in the earth, people.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
And the day of the Lord is there for the valley of decision. Go ahead.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened. That sounds like Matthew 24, don't it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Uh-huh.
The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
And the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel.
He going to cause so many earthquakes. People are just going to be dying of heart attacks for the stuff that's going on. Go ahead and read.
So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no stranger pass through her any more.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and the river and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth out of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim.
Because he said, if you look at Ezekiel, he said, and out of his temple, water going to go forth from his temple.
Yes.
And it's going to be cleaning up the whole earth.
Yes, sir.
Because it's all polluted and stuff. Jesus is going to have to do these things.
Yes.
That's when the Lord is back.
Yes, sir.
That's when the controversy going to be settled.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
Edom, Esau,
Yes.
he going to destroy their cities. Why?
For the violence against the children of Judah,
For the violence against the children of Judah, because you stole his blessing.
yes,
Your twin brother think he stole his blessing,
Yes.
in which we read he sold it, did
yes, sir.
for a morsel of bread.
Great, yes.
And therefore he disguised his birthright. Go ahead and read.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Uh-huh.
But Judah shall dwell forever,
Uh-huh.
and Jerusalem from generation to generation.
Uh-huh.
For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed,
Uh-huh.
for the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
For the Lord dwelleth in Zion or Jerusalem.
Yes.
Let's go to Revelation 19. We getting close. Revelation 19. But I ain't going to cut this.
No, I don't.
Revelation 19. And we're going to pick it up at verse 11. Revelation 19 and 11. What does it say, Brother Gordon?
And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
Uh-huh.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True,
Mm-hmm.
and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
And on his head was what? Many crowns. Because you see in the other part of the book, you see one king, he had one crown.
Yes.
That was the false prophet.
Yes.
And the beast.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood,
Mm-hmm.
and his name is called the Word of God.
Uh-huh. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And the armies which were in the heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Who was these armies? The saints and the righteous angels.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God.
Wait a minute. Jesus love everybody, Gordon. How come it's going to be so much? No, go ahead. Keep reading.
And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God.
Now, the next verses, I'm going to warn you.
Yes.
This is pretty graphic.
Yes.
Go ahead and read. You know how they warn you before something is that graphic? It may not be suitable for children, people. Go ahead and read.
That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
Ain't that something?
Yes.
That's not pretty.
That's everybody, yeah.
Go ahead and read.
And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
They setting you up for these things. They talking about unidentified objects.
Exactly, yeah.
It's going to be an unidentified object, going to be the Lord and his saints.
Yes, sir.
And they're going to deceive you in the fighting against the Lord and his saints.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that something?
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him,
Mm-hmm.
with which he received them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
That's when the lake of fire come into existence. When the Lord come back,
Yes, sir.
the first two we're going to throw in there is the beast, which is the military man,
Yes.
and the false prophet, which is the religious person.
Yes, sir.
Their judgment going to be right there.
Yes.
That's when the lake of fire going to come into existence.
Yes, sir.
At that time, not a day before.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse,
Mm-hmm.
which sword proceeded out of his mouth,
Uh-huh.
and all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
Ain't that something? They're going to be eating good.
Yeah.
All the vultures and all the things that eat flesh. Let's go on. Let's go to Isaiah 34. This is what Gordon started out with the opening. And that's why I told y'all we can close out now. Isaiah 34, we're going to pick up at verse 1. Isaiah 34 and verse 1. And we got 4 more places after the short ones. Isaiah 34, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead and read.
Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it.
He wants your divided attention, right? All the world and everything that come forth from it. Go ahead and read.
For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Go ahead.
He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
You know the Lord calling it as if it happened.
Yes.
But this is going to take place.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
The other scriptures will tell you it's going to be 200 miles of blood.
Yes, sir.
Deep enough for the horse's bridle.
Yes.
Y'all know how high a horse stands.
Yes. That's love.
That's some graphic stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Just like Matthew 24 that Jesus warned you about.
Yes.
Go ahead and read.
And all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
See, that's the Greek name for Edom, people.
Yes.
That's the name that disappeared from geography after Israel went into captivity in 70 AD. Go look it up. Idumea disappeared from geography in 70 AD because they changed the name back to Judah. Go ahead and read.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats.
Yes.
The fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And Basra is one of the cities of Edom.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness.
Like we saying, look, we ain't hating on nobody. This, what we doing is reading this Bible.
Yeah.
We ain't hating on nobody. Because judgment is the Lord's.
Yes, sir.
Verse 8, what does it say?
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
It is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
And the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
For the controversy of Zion. Let's go to Amos chapter 9. We got 3 more places. Amos chapter 9, and we're going to pick it up at verse 11. Amos chapter 9 and 11. See, the Lord told me not to make that my last scripture because Gordon started it out. Amos chapter 9, we're going to pick it up at verse 11. See, I haven't been up here in a while, so. Right. But y'all cooking me with the heat again, though. Amos chapter 9, we're going to pick it up at verse 11. Amos chapter 9 and verse 11. Don't worry about it. I'm almost done. I don't want nobody to freeze. Amos chapter 9 and 11. What does it say?
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his rooms, and I will build it as in the days of old. That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may possess the remnant of who?
Edom.
Edom. Name is that's Esau.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And of all the heathen.
And all the heathen.
Which are called by my name.
Because you got people that's converted. Gentiles that's converted to what? Judaism.
Yes.
And they call themselves Jews.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Saith the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt.
Go ahead.
And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities, and inhabit them.
Why they got to build the waste season? Because it could be all this destruction.
Yes.
That's going on. We saw the dead bodies everywhere, right?
Yes, sir.
So everybody gonna have a job that won. That those that didn't make the first resurrection.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And they shall plant vineyards
Mm-hmm.
and drink the wine thereof,
Uh-huh.
they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them.
Uh-huh.
And I will plant them upon their land,
And I'm going to plant them upon their land.
and they shall no more be poured up out of their land,
And you ain't going to be no more going into captivity.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
which I have given them, saith the Lord thy God.
Because he promised this to Abraham, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Revelation 2:9. Revelation 2:9. This is the book. This is what we read.
Yeah.
Revelation 2:9. What do it say?
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty,
Mm-hmm.
but thou art rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not,
Mm-hmm.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
Ain't that something? That's what the Bible says.
Yes,
He
sir.
said, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, are the synagogues of what?
Satan.
Satan. That's the Bible. Revelation 3:9. What it say?
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not,
Mm-hmm.
but do lie.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Ain't that something? Because this guy that called himself the Jew is
Yes.
Esau.
Yes, sir.
And he think you stole his blessing. And the land belongs to him. You got the one that called themselves the Arabs today, right?
Yes.
The sons of Ishmael. They saying the land belongs to them because they was the firstborn. Now we're going to go to the last place. Let's go to Psalms 83. Psalms 83. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. And people taking sides. Oh, I'm with this side. I'm with that side. I'm on the Lord's side, people.
Yes, me too.
Psalms 83. I hate to see people getting dying and everything. That's the way it goes.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the Lord is the one that's going to fix this thing. Psalms 83, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. 1 to 6. What does it say?
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace,
Mm-hmm.
and be not still, O God.
Uh-huh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Mm-hmm.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
He said, your enemies make a tumult or an agreement.
Yes.
And they have what? Lifted up the head. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against our people
and consulted against thy hidden one.
and consulted against the hidden one. Who is the hidden one? You.
Yes.
Because you don't know who you are. You don't know where you came from or where you going.
Yes.
And your own preachers don't even pity you.
No, sir.
They won't even tell you the truth.
Mm-mm.
Because all they want is this.
Yes, a liberal.
Money.
Money, yeah.
But they ain't no different than the days of Jesus. What did they say?
Yeah.
If people keep listening to Jesus, the Romans going to take our place. Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
And they delivered Jesus up to the Romans to be crucified.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
that the name of what? Israel, which is God's name, be no more in remembrance. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They consulted together with what? One consent. Go on.
They are confederate against thee.
They are a confederate against you. Even though they fight each other, they all got a problem against you. Go ahead and read.
The tabernacles of Edom
Oh, he named Edom, Esau, your twin brother,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
the Arabs, the one you go to the corner stores
Yeah.
to,
and the Hagarines.
and the Hagarenes. That's Egyptians. I mean, them the ones, because Hagar. Go ahead.
That's it.
Skip down to verse
What you want to-
12.
Okay.
Verse 12. And what did they say? Go ahead.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession?
He said, let us take the house of God into what?
Our possession.
Our possession. Go ahead.
Oh my God, make them like a wheel as the stubble before the wind.
And make them as a wheel at the stubble before the wind. Go ahead.
As the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm.
Because the Lord used weather.
Yeah.
That's a tempest. That's a storm.
Yeah.
Brother Boney broke that down to you. He gave you that weather report. Go ahead and read.
Fill their faces with shame,
Uh-huh.
that they may seek thy name, O Lord.
Go ahead.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Uh-huh.
Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
Then he said, let them be put to shame for perish. Go ahead, verse 18, last verse.
That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth.
I hope somebody got some understanding. I thank you for your time.